Hi there, people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Today, I want to do a review, which is already done, which will upload side by side with this, which is the beautiful fragrance from House of Botanica, Matin Mogador. I think these two fragrances I already collected from this house, the Flower Cafe and this two. The other one. And these are amazing niche fragrance from House of Spain. Okay, check that out. But this episode, I want to talk about like 2 points. One point is culture in different country, how it affects fragrance journey of yours, and second one, perhaps you can say how you should pick your fragrance. Okay, this is kind of not like a guideline, but just my suggestion from my 6 years of journey with fragrances. So hopefully you're doing good. It's 5:10 a.m. here in Bangladesh. Slowly our winters are coming in the morning. Not very cold, but you get mild fog, and you get like a little bit darkness. The sun is kind of shy. Those are sign of winter coming. Last year around this time, I was up my rooftop already. I started doing reviews and start feeling like a little bit weather was changing, a little bit cooler breeze, not so much heat anymore. And I love our winters. Being in Bangladesh, subcontinent near India, Pakistan, Nepal, Myanmar, surrounded by this country, this area is pretty much hot and humid all year round. So whenever we sniff little bit of cold weathers, we like say thank God, because these are the times. One of the big reasons for us is selfish reason. Our fragrances, we can wear heavier, thick fragrances, right? And the thing is obviously the food. Wintertime food is very nice. Let me talk a little bit extra. And I like going for morning walks outside, even though the COVID situation is still bad. But anyway, like it's nice to walk in colder weather with a jacket on. It feels like yeah. So that's happening. Second thing is happening about our World Cup started. Like we started a World Cup warm up matches qualifying for cricket, and I got my recent. Our team is wearing this jersey in the World Cup officially, and it says 2021 T20. It's a 20 overs format, shorter format game. If you do not know what cricket is, it's something like baseball, but with a lot more rules. It has its own beauty. Very complex game, can take up to 5 days as well. So cricket is in our blood. Cricket in our subcontinent, it's said that it's our second religion. So you see, we always get like so pumped up. So today there are two big games. Our country is playing Sri Lanka, Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka, which is a big game because every game is important. But ultimate big game is the India versus Pakistan. Those two like always arch rivals. So we are hoping to see good games. And please, guys, if you are cricket fan, I urge you, if you watch me, do not get into politics and do not get into hatred. Keep the game as it came, like even though as it is, it's bad with our heartbeat going so fast, during the exciting games, right? So do not abuse others, respect your opponents. That's the way to enjoy the game, right? Thumbs up. Okay, so now let's talk about the culture I was talking about. The culture thing, these are the things I think of when I walk, the ideas generate in my head. Every country, wherever you are, okay, let's say you're watching me from Africa, Europe, somewhere in Latin America, you perhaps watching me from Japan, China, sorry. And if you're watching from different parts, different countries have different cultures, different religion, different way of people growing up. Okay, in a nutshell, it's very difficult to summarize it in a short time, but people eat different foods, ideas. People wear different dresses, and some countries you can shake hand with women. That's fine, but some countries, if women don't offer you, you don't try to shake them, shake their hands, or try to give them a hug or something. Maybe it's not part of their culture. But in US, let's say, like if you meet someone, maybe as a courtesy, you just give them like hug and like a nice opening. Russia, they like nice introduction. Those are different customs. So one thing is that culture, other thing is that your weathers. These two things, why I'm talking about it, these things affect your fragrance game or journey. How? When you see fragrance reviewers talk about fragrances from nice countries, like Canada. And Canada, like my favorite reviewers are there, Mark, Chad, they're there. And when you see they are reviewing fragrances, they mostly live in a cooler region. Most of the year it's always cold. Fragrances tend to do really well. They'll develop naturally. Longevity, it's really good. Wherever we get 2 hours, they get like 18 hours, 10 hours. And you wonder if the reviewers are lying. They don't lie because of your climate, because if you live in a hot and humid country, fragrances are not built for this kind of weathers. Nothing. If you're sweating, if your body is heating up, and you are just like, should I survive first or should I use my fragrance? And that's the kind of dilemma we are in. We always look for constantly restaurants with AC. Anywhere you go, it has to be air conditioning. So high heat and humidity, fragrances, they dissipate, they suck from your skin, especially in the skin, nothing lasts. So that's our sad story from our side. But if you have colder countries, fragrances tend to do really well. They smell different, and fragrances smell different each people, like from me to you, same fragrance can smell different because of your skin chemistry, if your skin is oily or dry, these things happen. But culture, many people say, I do not get any compliments from my coworkers, even wearing those big fragrances like Nishane Ani, Hachiva Aventus got no compliments. This could have multiple reasons, maybe you did not put enough. Okay, one thing, you just put one spray, no one could smell you. At this age, people are wearing masks, so more difficult. But you may not get a compliment because it may not be a culture, part of the culture in that country. People do not wear fragrances, they do not bother to wear deodorants, their focus is somewhere else. They are like, I may smell like curry, but I have to finish my work, I have no time for fragrances. But if you look at states, you hear stories like, you go into the store, lady smell you, like, you smell nice, what is that, can I take down the name, sir? That's a culture. It's people are kind of outgoing, not extroverts, but they're not introverts. They like to engage with people, they have communication. Our countries, people don't like to talk to strangers, unless we need to see a direction, like how to go to this place, to ask people, that's about it. But whenever I approach people here in 2016, when I got here, people looked at me weird when I asked them, like I asked a guy, like, what you're wearing, is this Aventus you're wearing? Out of 10-15 people, only one guy was nice enough to tell me it was like lavender and it was Mal Haramain. Other guys, they're like, why would I tell you? And they look at you like funny, like, what's wrong with this guy's a creep, so they think like you're hitting on them or something. So this culture is different. So it nothing to do with religion, but different part of the world, people talk different. Some people are rude, some people are friendly towards foreigners, some countries are very friendly, like, they have proper roads, they have proper facilities, not dirty, not corrupted, not so much crime. Some countries have those issues, especially poor countries. So all these things, culture, how the country's economy is, and how open they are, like to other cultures, something new. All these things matter in fragrances. So you may not get a compliment. People may smell you, but they won't tell you. Maybe they are jealous. They're like, oh, you can afford an expensive fragrance, and you are liked by the ladies, so screw you. Yeah, it happens. People sometimes do not give you compliments. Some people cannot take perfumes. Opposite story. Some people feel like, I want to wear Shura, Rasa Shura in office, and you wear that in office, and people are disturbed. Some people have sensitive nose. They cannot take that, like that animalic note or the sweet note, the tobacco or the leather, whatever, the oud. They start sneezing, and they actually hate you secretly. So being a heavy fragrance user sometimes not good. That's why some of the office in Canada, States, they say, do not wear fragrances. They are strict rule. Do not wear cologne. Okay, they're cologne free. Just use deodorant. Do not smell bad, but smell neutral, right? So this kind of cultural things, I feel, really have big impact on fragrances. Different countries, they are used to going to shopping malls. They have their testers. People do not abuse it. Some people, I see some mofos, they go like, they feel like this is what they are, like air freshener. They go like, pss, pss, pss. They go all over their body, finish half a bottle. And imagine that, if you abuse that, people wouldn't give you the luxury of testing fragrance like a decent human being. They'll put a sales associate. They'll just give you one spray on the paper, tell you, sir, do not touch the merchandise, right? Yeah, so these are things happening. These are things I noticed, different countries. So they all have their own customs. Some shops here, they do not let you be in the shop without supervision. They always follow you, like CCTV. Sir, yes, may I help you? May I help you? What they're saying is like, sir, do not steal. We're observing you. If you steal, you're going to go to jail. So yeah, these things happen. And sometimes, funny story, just sharing, if you go to a shop, they look at you, like look at your dressing, your watch, and then, your hairstyle, your, everything, your car. And if they feel like you're going to be a real customer, then only they show you fragrance. Otherwise, they'll be like, this is $400 and that's it. And then you say, you want to try it? And they'll be like, no. Even in India, I saw news few days back. One guy wrote like the lady was looking at him funny, and then she didn't show him the fragrance because she felt he's not going to buy anything. And he said, I'm not going back to the shop. And he's well off. Mind you, he buys a lot of fragrances. So they lose business and they don't care. Bangladesh also, you imagine like all poor people, poverty. No, some of the rich people are richer than you. You imagine they have sheep, they have like, properties overseas, they have good hotels and whatnot. And those people who do business, who already have money, they don't want to sell to people sometimes. These are weird things I noticed here in 6 years. Some of the shops don't even bother to sell. If you don't take, they're happy. They are like, sir, if you don't buy, it's okay, no problem. We don't want to push fragrances. Then I went to some shops. I said, why not I advertise for you? I do some reviews. And they told me, sir, actually we don't have permission to let anybody review our products or show our products. I'm like, what's the harm in there? They said, no, if the owner gets to know, he's going to be very angry. And our owner basically feels if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't sell, no harm. We don't have any rush. Like in other countries, I noticed they want to inventory out, finish off and get new stock, right? That's the normal. Some of the shops here don't want to sell. They're just like, this is our price. We're not going to reduce nothing. We're not going to, bother. Weird things happen in different countries. So culture is very important. Second thing I want to talk about is that how to choose your fragrance. Okay, this is a very simple topic. If I tell you, you'll actually laugh, but simplicity sometimes is important. When we do fragrance reviews, I'm just a reviewer from user point of view. I'm a consumer. I'm not a fragrance specialist, or I'm like working in a lab where I develop chemicals and make fragrance, nothing like it. I smell a fragrance, I test a fragrance, I check out the bottle packaging, how much I pay for it, and I analyze how long it lasts. So combined result after using few days, I do a review for you to see as a reference point. But I always say, test a fragrance to your nose and on your skin before you buy. If you have to blind buy, if you know my taste, it matches with yours. A lot of things have to match here, It's not like given, I love Aventus, you're gonna love Aventus the same. Because some people I gave them Aventus Decants, and they used it, they said it smells just like Sydenham. What is the point of paying for expensive for a niche fragrance like that? I can buy Sydenham. Then you see, people get upset. But the thing you don't understand is a lot of things there to learn, we learn every single day. I watch what others are saying, what others are experiencing, and they update, hey, I got like 6 hours in high heat, 12 hours in cold months, so I got to know, okay, then I take note. My process is very, very, like detailed, right? Some people don't have that. They don't have any thinking. They're like, money, fragrance, that's it, exchange. But when they buy, some people do not use their fragrance. There's like, I told you, rat race. They have huge collection, never wear fragrances, so they do not remember what they bought, right? So in that way, it's a wastage, and it's good not to waste, right? So what I'm trying to say is how you should pick your fragrance is that very simple. You see a review, okay? You see a review, no problem. You watch your favorite reviewer, whoever is doing your favorite review style, watch them. But you have to remember where they're from, where they're located, and where you are located. Is the fragrance going to do the same thing for you as it did for him? Maybe the same fragrance is good in that country, but not in yours so much, because your country is desert, like it's high heat and humidity, you literally burn, over there he's like in the snow. Hey guys, they have this relaxing voice, and you're like, oh motherfucker, like you're screaming like, hey, you screw you, and you're driving, like, because when high heat, people's brain starts cooking, right? Just going too far. Okay, never mind. Coming back to this point is that when you choose a fragrance, it has to be like ideal. Either go to the shopping mall, if they have testers, spray it on you, or the shops. If you know your shop and if you're comfortable, just tell them like, I want to spray on my hand. Once the spray, take 1 hour, go around the mall, see the dry down. If you feel you like the longevity or it's too faint and you don't like weak fragrances, which we most part do not like, avoid it. But spray, and then if you just like that opening, also do not blind buy, okay? Because openings are very nice in many fragrances, dry down sometimes falls flat, okay? So in the end, get a sample. Okay, if they can give you a sample or buy a decant, invest a little bit of money. This is what I'm saying to save you a lot of money, because if you spend $100 rather than $2, or let's say not $2, let's say $1 for a small sample, you actually may not be, using that fragrance for $100. It will be like laying there lazy. And if you want to sell it in the market, it's maybe you get like $60, $40 wasted, right? So if you love the game, if you are interested in the game, these are the things you have to do. Do not find cheap ways, cheap thrills. Like, yeah, there are cheap thrills like good fragrance like Jacques Bogart, really exclusive fragrance, but then some of them smell like synthetic. So also balance out where, like, what you pay versus what you get. You have to be fair. But on most part, if you fall for deals, I see many shops, many people, many groups, they are seeing, in my country, some people are selling Tom Fords for $60 for 100 ml. And when I see it, I know right away what they are, okay? People can say this and that, but we have very good news source that those are not original. But people buy it, they're thinking, I'm going to get $60 for that 100 mls, which is selling for $300. Just, they don't think a fragrance $100, 100 ml costs $300. How can someone give it for 60? It doesn't make sense. Things cannot be that different, because in our head, we also know if you find an iPhone, which is costing like, let's say, I don't know, $1,000, someone's selling for $10, $20. You like even $60, 60 versus $1,000. You should be concerned, like, you should be not dumb, right? So yeah, make sure you buy legit stuff, and you always try at different places. Like, spend time. If you smell the same fragrance 3 shops, and you already have idea which is original, which is not, right? So these are the things. So in the end of the day, choose the fragrance that you like wearing, and you feel this defines you. Like Dior Intense for me is my signature scent. It defines me. I feel like that fragrance goes so well every time I wear it. Never a boring day. Okay, so find a fragrance that inspires you. Do not follow others and let them tell you what to wear, what to eat, how to dress. If you can make a statement, and if you enjoy wearing a fragrance, then your game will be always interesting. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I could make some valid points, and these are things I say once in a while because I feel it's good to discuss. Have a nice day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.